son of a bitch. Welcome, everybody, to WrestleMania week here on the Jeff Meacham Network. It is Monday, April 5th. It is 6 o'clock Eastern. It's time for Talk Wrestling. And my goodness, I can't believe this long and winding road that really, even for me, started a year ago. If you recall, the first live show watch along that I did was night 2 of WrestleMania last year. And here we are, 5 days away from night 1. So holy moly, off we go. Let's get into the comments real quick here. Hello to Anthony. Hello, Big G. Happy WrestleMania week. Hello, Dwayne. And Anthony, again, thank you for your question. We will probably not, but we'll go ahead and we'll get into the predictions later. And of course, tomorrow, don't forget, Big G has Gridiron Grapple at 5 p.m. Eastern 2 Pacific, which will be way before I start. So that's awesome. Give Big G a watch by all means. First super chat of the day comes from Brandon Crabtree with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Brandon. He says, "What's up? What shows are you most looking forward to this?" I'm guessing which show. All 5 days look really interesting to me. And of course, I'm talking about the 2 days of TakeOver and the NXT Prelude, the UK Prelude show on Thursday, of course, and then SmackDown and the 2 days of Talk Wrestling. So I'm looking forward to all of it, to be perfectly honest with you. This is my favorite time of the year as far as wrestling goes. This is almost like Christmas for me in a lot of ways, as far as how awesome these shows tend to, when I say tend to, very, very tenuously, right? Because every once in a while they're under deliver, which is not always it's a sad thing, but it is what it is. These shows don't always deliver the way you want them to, and that's how it kind of ends up. That it ends up being what it is. It's very unfortunate, but hopefully we're wrong in that case, and we'll get a great show. Let's see what we got here. Hello, CC Drink. Hello, CJ again. Cleaver, what's up? Thank you, Colin. Appreciate that. Big G wants you to follow him on Twitter. So there you go. There's his tag. No DQ _ Big Baller G. Anthony says, "I haven't been able to join some of your streams. This is my first one, but I'm wondering if WWE brought back the DOA, what superstars." I'm not really into the whole, if a stable was brought back, who would they add? That's not my booking thing, but I appreciate the question, Anthony. Thank you. Dwayne, the reason you couldn't find the Demetrius Mania shirts because on No DQ's store. It's on my store at teespring.com/store/Jeff Meacham Network. Bam, there it is right there. And you can get the Meacham Mania shirt there. You can get the Talk Wrestling shirt, the Staff Boy Stars Bar shirt, the Dad's Wrestling shirt, Renegade shirt. You can get, let me get rid of that comment here and see what we got here. You can get the Wrestling Rewind shirts. You can also go to, there's the part on the store that is, they're on there, but they're also a separate store, teespring.com/back to the network with hyphens. You get the Back to the Future centric shirt, and one of my favorites, the Los Angeles Kings centric shirt at teespring.com/go-jeff-go. So yeah, the main hub you want to stick with is teespring.com/store/Jeff Network. That's where you'll find all of my designs for all of my shows in different colors, different styles. Everything's there. Go check it out. Give us a purchase or two. We do appreciate it. Greg appreciates it. He was the guy that designed all of them, with the exception of the Meacham Mania shirt. That was a what do you call it? My brain's not happening. Why isn't it happening? That was by my a NoDQ.com Instagram original that morphed into a design by my old friend Greg Clifton back in the day. Greg did take the design and tweak it so it would be suitable for what do you call it, for Arch Store. So there you go. Everything is there. teespring.com/store/FBG Network. Check it out. I appreciate that, Cleaver. Thank you. Again, I don't hear a whole lot of people buying my merch. It doesn't really bother me because I'm not really much of a shill. I try not to be anyway on these shows, but it happens, and because it's a business, so I do try to do what I can on that front. All right, now that we you're not wrong about that. It's the thing of getting her the shirts out to Nevada and getting her do the pictures, but you know, we'll see. Maybe down the line, maybe if I make a trip out there to Henderson for her birthday, I'll bring my shirts with me because my shirt, I'm bigger than her, not too much bigger than her because I've as far as the shirt size, because she generally wears a male 2X anyway. She likes the way they fit. So we'll see how it goes. So Josh says, "Yo, what up, JM? Just finishing watching the 50 greatest women superstars. Very interesting list, and some people I would move around that list." Oh yes. There was going to be a deep dive rant on that list, Josh, and I was talked down from that perch because I was furious at some people's placements, other people's exclusions, and it just wasn't a pretty. JM was not in a good mood, and I had to be talked down by more than one person by going on here and going, "All right, you mother." So I don't agree with a lot of it. I don't, especially the top five, and that's not a knock on the people in the top five. But there are people below that definitely belong in that upper tier, and it's bullshit they're not. Oh yeah, Chris says, "Love my new sweet yeah, love my sweet new Meechamania shirt. Cannot hardly wait to wear it in any show." Oh, cool! You guys show in 2 weeks. That's awesome. That's really cool. I appreciate that, Chris. You know, let me see if I can bring that picture up without kind of. Oh, I didn't even send that damn thing. Oh, hell, if it can delete it now, might as well. Kind of useless. Let's see if I can bring that picture up without huge hassle here. Okay. Let's see, so there's that, and then whoops. Boop. And then, no one. So Chris, Mr. Yaga, he's been supporting, watching us forever. Just awesome that he got himself a shirt. There it is. I love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Thank you, Chris. We appreciate it very, very much. Again, it is not forgotten how much you guys really come through for us on things like that, because you know we survive as far as getting, you know, the shows produced and content and things because of you guys, because of you supporting us and you showing us the love. And we wouldn't get that if it wasn't for you guys buying the merch, subscribing to the channel, leaving the super chats, all the things you guys do each and every time we come on the air here on the Jeff Network. So again, it is not overlooked. It is not underappreciated. It's just there's just so much going on, and I tend to forget to thank you for supporting us monetarily. So thank you very, very much. I really appreciate it. It is very, very, very appreciated. I seem distracted. I'm trying to get the card up for, or at least the graphics up for NXT UK Prelude on Thursday, so I have a better idea of, you know, write it down, or not write it down, put the pictures up, and that way I can do the full preview of the entire card. But this one match is eluding me, so you have to bear with me here for just a moment. Let's see if I can do this. Again, you have to forgive me, guys. I'm sorry. Okay, fine. Well, I will talk about the match. I just won't say. I don't want to show a picture. Whatever. All right. So let's see here. Let's see. Q&A. You know, Chris, I am okay with not attending shows, any shows, even wrestling, WWE or AEW just yet. Just it's still very iffy for me to go out and do the big crowds. And I know I've been to stuff recently that's been much more tight knit and feeling like more of a pressure cooker type crowd. But I don't have an interest in going out there and, you know, sitting in a pod and, you know, having to. It's not worth it for me when I can sit there and watch here or whatever. So that's why. Oh, cool. Big G he ordered a Gordon Bombay jersey in honor of JJ and I doing our Mighty Ducks reviews this weekend. So cool, G. That's awesome. Very cool. All right. So now that we have gone through the comments, let's go ahead and get into why we're here. We're going to start Wednesday night. And let me go ahead and bring up the full card so I have it in front of me and what night is what and what match is what. So there's no confusion whatsoever. So night 1 of NXT UK TAKEOVER, Stand and Deliver, will feature a match between two guys who have really impressed me over their time in WWE, especially on the main roster of NXT. I'm saying main roster of NXT, the United States roster of NXT, and these guys are going to have a barn burner of a match, no question about it. Of course, I'm talking about Pete Dunne taking on Kushida. That's going to be night 1's show. It's going to be very high-paced, very intense, very, very stiff between these two guys. See, I'm really torn on this because I do like both men quite a bit. I know that Pete Dunne has not had a whole lot of success here on American soil with the NXT brand as far as championships go. But Kushida likewise has not held a championship to my knowledge in NXT. So it really becomes pretty much a coin toss for me on this one, and I have to go with Pete Dunne. Just my gut tells me Pete Dunne's going to win this match, so that's what I'm going with. And the Cleaver says, I have my NXT UK predictions on my channel. If anyone wants to check them out once I'm off the air, please do. Check them out over at Cleaver's Colin Andrew channel. It's right there, youtube.com/The Cleaver Colin Andrew. Very simple. Once I'm off the air, by all means, I'm only watching Raw tonight on the show, so it's going to be a long afternoon evening for me without question, but I look forward to checking out everybody else's shows in the next few days. In Zamazu We Trust with a $5 super chat. Thank you, sir. He says, this Peacock transition sucks. None of the In Your Houses are uploaded. I was in the end of 96 with the Buried Alive pay-per-view. I did have 7 years, but damn. Yeah, I have said from the beginning of this announcement from WWE and NBC that the only reason I didn't flat out cancel is because I thought, this is a huge problem with that, is I thought I would have some sort of seniority, some sort of something, and I had absolutely dick, and I had to re-sign up for everything again. I had to do everything over, and I'm just kind of paying and I may or may not suspend or pause or whatever my subscription, because the stuff I want to watch, I can't watch. And yes, the original stuff is great. Yes, the new documentaries are good. Yes, but I was in the middle, as you were, of a classic binge. I was, God help me, I was in the summer of 2000, heading for the Great American Bash and the King of the Ring. So I can't watch that last year, WWE's existence, because of this bullshit. So, Anthony, if you look at Colin's name right there, The Cleaver Colin Andrew on YouTube, that's what it is. YouTube.com/The Cleaver Colin Andrew. Very, very simple to ascertain there. If you can see his name in the comments, you're good to go. Big G, oh wow, $20 super chat. Thank you, Big G. Here's to me. Well, thank you, Big G. Again, I appreciate that. And again, I can't, says enough. Big G has his show tomorrow, the Gridiron Grapple, coming up at 5 o'clock Eastern, 2 Pacific. That'll be roughly 2.5 hours before I start my Hall of Fame coverage, and I will definitely be checking in and seeing how your go home show for WrestleMania goes, Big G. So congratulations for having that. And again, thank you for the money. I'll definitely put it to good use here with equipment and whatnot over the next few days. I honestly have been trying. I finally, you guys can't see it because it's below me here, I do have the Ethernet connection set up to the portable Wi-Fi here behind me. So if anybody out there is a tech person anybody at all, please. I don't know what the hell I'm doing to set it up. That's why I'm on the phone for now. I was going to try the computer today, but I didn't want to mess with it. So, when you guys know how to set it up, please, by all means, after I'm off the air of Talk Wrestling and I get into Raw, hit me up, let me know, maybe you can help me out. All right, so Dwayne with the $10 super chat. Thank you, Dwayne, just because I want to. Well, thank you, Dwayne. Jeez, everybody's awesome today. I love it. All right, so the next match I'm going to talk about on night one of TakeOver is the triple threat tag team or triple threat NXT Tag Team Championship match. The Grizzled Young Veterans, of course, that's Shane Drake and Zach Gibson, versus Legado del Fantasma, Ron Mendoza and Joaquin Wilde, and MSK, Wesley and Nash Carter. Again, I love all three of these teams. I think the Fantasma faction has a chance of having a really good night if they win and if Escobar becomes the undisputed cruiserweight champion. So there's definitely potential there for that to happen. But I have felt for a long time that Gibson and Drake are well overdue. They were briefly tag team champions in the UK brand and didn't get enough of a run for my taste. So I'm going with the Grizzly Young Veterans in this matter. I think they're going to persevere and come out on top this coming weekend. So that'll be my pick on that one. Then we get into a match that I am so happy is happening, and I'll tell you why in just a minute. We've got a 6-way gauntlet eliminator match to determine the number one contender for Johnny Gargano's championship on night 2. That's, of course, North American Championship. And in that match, we have Leon Ruff, Isaiah Swerve Scott, Bronson Reed, Cameron Grimes, Dexter Lumis, and L.A. Knight. Of course, L.A. Knight is friend of the channel, longtime friend, period. Sean Ricker, Eli Drake, whatever you want to call him. He has my logo on his head, so I'm going to take care of that. There we go. I'm picking L.A. Knight. I cannot pick against my buddy. I can't in good conscience do that. I think he was brought in to be a major player in a hurry. And I really feel like if it's not going to be him, then it's probably going to be Dexter because he's been getting the most, the rub, if you will, from TV. But I am putting all my faith on this match in L.A. Knight, Eli Drake, Sean Rick, whatever you want to call him. He's my guy. He's who I'm picking, and I'm all in on Ricker. I have been from the beginning. If you guys know my story, you know of my history with Percy Pringle. L.A. Knight was Percy's last client as a manager, so I am definitely in support of that man, L.A. Knight, and again, the winner of this match on night 1 will face Johnny Gargano on night 2. I don't have a graphic for that because WWE has a graphic for that, so that's what you get. So then we get into a couple of matches that are going to really, very likely, not really steal a show because they're destined to be great matches, but they're definitely going to be matches that get people up in arms and noticing. First being the women's championship between Io Shirai and Raquel Gonzalez. I'll tell you what, this Raquel Gonzalez is going to come out of nowhere the last year or so and really stepped up and proven herself to be a force to be reckoned with in the WWE NXT UK brand. And I understand why her and Dakota had such a short reign because they had to get Raquel here, obviously. But I still feel there is potential with Dakota being tag team champions. Having said that, I feel that with Io Shirai surpassing 300 days, that the time has come for a new queen to step into the throne of the NXT women's division, and my choice is going to be Raquel Gonzalez in this case. I feel she is your next NXT women's champion. I do agree with Josh's comment that Io Shirai could be champion forever, and I'd be okay with that. Absolutely. She's great. Io Shirai has definitely proven herself to be a worthy champion in the last year. You have to remember, she won the title in your house by beating Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair. So that's no small notch on the board there. No small mark on the resume. So, but I think Raquel's time is here, and I think she's going to be the one to end Io Shirai's long reign. So, you talk about long range. You talk about a guy who has held the NXT UK Championship longer than anybody. He's been champion almost 2 years, which is just crazy when you think about it. Unless you work for me and Greg Cherry, then you think 2 years. But Walter will defend against the Blackheart himself, Tommaso Ciampa. Wow, this is going to be a knockdown, drag-out, intense situation between these two guys. We talked about this briefly. I forget what show it was, whether it was with Mikey or with Greg or whoever. If Walter doesn't lose to Ciampa, who can step up to beat Walter? That's my only concern with his title reign, is that he's been so untouchable that it almost seems like somebody has to beat him to remind us that, yes, he is the ring general. Yes, he is the monster that he's been, but he is still a human being. And I feel that Ciampa is not that guy. I'd love to see him win, but I don't think it's going to happen. So my official prediction is Walter retains the NXT UK Championship on night 1. Moving to night 2. Night 2, we've got another set of great matches. 1, 2, 3, 4 championship matches, and a match that will probably send somebody to the hospital, if not worse, with these two guys, but we'll get there in just a second. As I mentioned, Gargano versus the winner of the Gauntlet Eliminator to determine the NXT North American champion. And then from there, we move on to the rest of the card, which the NXT UK Women's Tag Team Championships will be on the line as Shotzi Blackheart and Ember Moon take on The Way, Candice LeRae, and I'm going to try to say her name right, so I apologize if I don't. Indy Hartwell, there we go. These 4 ladies have been a solid foundation of the NXT Women's division. We all know how I feel about Candice LeRae. She's one of my favorite people ever. And I feel that if she's not going to be given a singles run here, then I feel that her time also is at hand. And she will become one half of the new NXT Tag Team Women's Champions. And I know they just won it from Raquel and Dakota, but we need a heel championship champion. It's got to be Candice. It's got to be Indy. I love them both to pieces, so especially Candice. So that's my picks there. Cruiserweights. Here we go. Undisputed Cruiserweight Championship. The man who held the championship going into the pandemic, Jordan Devlin, against the man who has stepped up as the interim champion, but he feels he's the undisputed champion because he's defended it and he's been here and he's done his thing. Santos Escobar, of course, will likely be accompanied by his brothers in Legado del Fantasma, Raul Mendoza, and Joaquin Wilde. I am going to say Jordan Devlin. Way overdue for this match to happen in the first place, but Jordan Devlin has been one of my favorite performers in the UK brand, in wrestling, period, since I first saw him on NXT UK. And I feel he's a little bit more chip on his shoulder, pissed off guy than is Santos Escobar. So he will come out of there the undisputed Cruiserweight champion. And I love that Shawn Michaels is involved in this as far as the matchmaking, because the ladder situation, great stuff. Just great stuff. I'm going to go with the world title match next, and we'll talk about the other match after. We have the NXT Championship. Finn Balor versus Karrion Kross. This, in my opinion, is a reset button match. And the only reason I say that is because I feel Karrion Kross is going to get a long, substantial reign as the champion. And then, of course, he got hurt, so he was derailed. And I think that Kross is definitely overdue to be the champion again. And Finn will put up a hell of a fight, as Finn Balor always does. But I think Karrion Kross is a guy that is completely unstoppable right now. So If he loses, I'll be very surprised. Very, very, very surprised. This will be, as Am says, the official coronation of Karrion Kross as the NXT champion. It's going to be amazing to see. And then we have this fight, which is just, it breaks my heart, because as much as we all like to see factions break up, and as much as we all like to see the fallout, I honestly did not see the end of the Undisputed Era coming. I really didn't. And it tears me up inside that these two guys are going to go to war. Now, they are two incredible athletes, former Ring of Honor standouts, former PWG World Champions, multiple time title holders in NXT. They are just so good at what they do. They may be the two best guys on the NXT roster right now. I know that's saying a lot, but I really feel that is the case. And with the belief that Adam is finally going up, I feel he's going to go down in defeat here after a likely bloody, definitely brutal, definitely intense knockdown blowout between these two guys. And Kyle O'Reilly needs the win to continue on through NXT more than Adam Cole does. And that's what it comes down to for me. Who needs it worse? Who needs it more than the other? And Kyle O'Reilly needs the win, and I feel he will get that win coming up on Thursday night. So Thursday morning, we have what they're calling the NXT UK Prelude card, which is basically their version of a preview, so to speak, or a kind of a lead into NXT TAKEOVER that night. And first match to talk about is Tyler Bate versus Noam Dar. Again, I like both these guys. I'm endlessly entertained by Tyler and Trent and Pete when he's with them. British Strong Style, the two of them being Mustache Mountain. So I really I'm only going with Tyler here because I feel that Walter is going to win his match here as he takes on damn, I forget his name here. Sorry about that, sir. I apologize. Rampage Brown. So that'll be that. And then the other match scheduled for sure is Miko Satomura and Emilia McKenzie versus Isla Dawn and the NXT UK champion, women's champion, Kaylee Ray. I think if they want to go forward with a storyline, they have to go with Miko and Emilia. That way, Kaylee Ray is still being hounded by Miku going forward. So that's what I feel is going to happen there. And also scheduled to appear for what it's worth on Prelude, Ilya Dragunov, Jordan Devlin, A-Kid, and more. And of course, Noam Dar and Tyler Bates match is the number one contenders match to face the Heritage Cup champion, A-Kid. I think he's still the champion. So there's definitely intrigue there. So there is those. So Friday night on SmackDown, two huge matches signed. They're kind of calling it like almost an extension of WrestleMania, right? So the first match is for the SmackDown Tag Team Championship. It's a fatal four-way. The Dirty Heels, I forget what they're called. Help me out here. Robert Roode and Dolph Ziggler defend against the Alpha Academy of Chad Gable and Otis, the Mysterios, Ray and Dominic, and the Street Profits, Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins. Man, this is so... See, this is about WrestleMania. It's very hard to call across the board on all 5 nights, really. But I feel that the story is with Ray and Dominic, the first ever father-son tag team, possibly champions. And you're right, Dirty Docs. Thank you, Colin. Jeez. It is a travesty that they're not on the main card with this. You're absolutely 100% right. Josh. You're right on there. Anthony, I see your questions. I keep forgetting to remind people when they come back for a while. If you want me to address a question like that, I need a super chat, only because that just doing it offhand derails the whole flow of the show. And if I get a super chat, I can focus on, like, okay, that I need to see that. It'll ding in my face, and there it is. Very good. So there you go. That's why. So my pick here is Ray and Dominic. If it's I don't think it's an elimination match, so I'll just stick with the basic finish that Ray and Dom will become the new champions. And over on the SmackDown side also is, for the first time, not on WrestleMania night, is the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, which I found so shocking that this match is not going to be on the main, even during the pre-show of one of these shows, right? But I don't book the show, I just call it, and here the people are going to be involved. There you got Akira Tozawa, Angel Garza, Cedric Alexander, Drew Gulak, Elias, Eric of the Viking Raiders, Grand Metalik, Humberto Carrillo, Jackson Riker, Jey Uso, Kalisto, King Corbin, Lince Dorado, Mace of Retribution, Murphy, Mustafa Ali of Retribution, Ricochet, Shelton Benjamin, Shinsuke Nakamura, Slapjack, T-Bar of Retribution, and of course, Tucker. Those are your 22. And I'm curious how they're going to play it out. I'm going to go with either Jey Uso or King Corbin. Just got a feeling it's going to be the match I really don't care about, which sucks. I always like Battle Royals. I know Greg does too. Shelton is an interesting choice too. I think about him because he's definitely been, underappreciated again now that the Hurt Business is broken up. So he's a lucky candidate. And they could be more than 22. We can see Jeff Hardy there. He's not on the card right now. So why is he not there? Maybe they're saving him for a special moment on SmackDown. Who knows? There's so many things up in the air. We really don't know what's going to happen at this point of the game. So we have to just kind of sit back and wait and see. All right. So let me get the main card up here. Yeah. So WrestleMania, as of right now, including not counting the 3 matches, or the 2 matches rather, on SmackDown, they're up to 12 matches, 6 per night, which we kind of was a, from what we understood, was a goal number. So that's fine by me. So I will say, we'll start off with, we'll talk about this match real quick. Not because I don't feel it's important myself, but because it's very much an undercard type match. So first off, we've got Cesaro against Seth Rollins. And if you are a longtime wrestling fan, if you're a longtime indie fan like I am, then you've seen these guys tussle a few times. Ring of Honor, PWG, they've been all around the world together in the same promotion a lot of the times. They've made quite a point of Seth being so dominant at WrestleMania, to the point where he's calling himself Miss WrestleMania, which is a bad idea. And then you have Cesaro, who's never had a singles match on a WrestleMania card. This is his sort of coming out party as a single star in wrestling and WWE. So I think he's going to win here. I really do. And I hope I'm right, because I have long loved Cesaro's presentation, even though WWE management doesn't seem to want to do anything proper with him, which is such bullshit. But like I said, I don't book the territory. I just watch it, and I like what I see. I always have with Cesaro and Seth Rollins. The Raw Tag Team titles also up for grabs on night 1, as your boys, The New Day, take on AJ Styles and his heavy Omos. I'm so torn on this match because I really like Omos, and I really like the fact that they're doing something with him. My concern is they're turning him into fodder for AJ's goofiness and the New Day's goofiness right now. He was so much better off when he was the bouncer, when he didn't say anything, when he was the very tall, very strong silent type, and he would mix it up. So I'm torn if I want them or if I think they will win, or if I think the New Day will find a way to persevere as they always have, as they seem to do as 11-time tag team champions. I honestly see more of a they're going to break them up situation with Almas and AJ. So based on that train of thought, I will say that the New Day will retain the Raw tag team titles. Another match that I just really could have done without, really okay, is the steel cage match with Shane McMahon and Braun Strowman. I don't see a need for this damn match. Like, I know they wanted something for Braun to do, and that's fine. But, and I've said this several times over the last few weeks, you have a major executive for $1 billion multinational conglomerate that has more than once touted their anti-bullying campaign, and yet they have Shane bullying Braun for his alleged stupidity and his backwoods upbringing. Like, that's so... Okay, here's the one for the day. That's so fucking stupid. Like, it really is. And I can't stand the story. And like you know, Josh, it's funny you say that. I'm going to go ahead and throw your comment up there because it's worth mentioning. I feel they're going to do what Kevin Owens and Braun did, and that's have Braun launch Shane off the top of the cage and take him out for a while. So Braun wins, and that's why. It really is that simple. I'm not going to get too much deeper into it than that. Let's go with this other damn match, Lord. So, full disclosure, I had no idea who this person was until I saw him at the Royal Rumble doing that little mini concert song thing with Booker, and I have been impressed with his desire to be a legitimate person, participant in the ring. So I am now refraining from shitting all over his participation because he's shown that he wants to be there. I think it's pretty cool. And it's funny, people are like, oh, you know, Miz, it's almost by default that Miz is going to lose here. Don't sell out the chicanery of the character of the Miz by any means. However, I do feel that a loss here does not hurt Miz. A loss here definitely makes Bad Bunny look bad. It makes WWE look bad. It makes investors prick the hair on their neck up. So I think Bad Bunny wins here. And if they make it a tag match, I feel that it'll be Damian Priest showcase. If he and Morrison are both off the shelf and back in the ring by then, by Saturday, then it'll be a showcase of Damian Priest's moment, and he will score the pinfall, probably over Morrison, just to keep Miz out of the actual fall. So there you go. All right. The match that I feel should be the main event of night one, but I will probably be wrong, which sucks. Sasha Banks defending the championship against SmackDown Championship against Bianca Belair, the winner of the Royal Rumble. We've talked about, Greg and I, that the WWE title match should open night one and this should close it. I stand by that. I feel it should. I don't think it's going to, but I think it should. I think both these girls deserve it. Most definitely deserve it. And so, yeah, there you go. As far as the outcome, hard to say. You know, it was very easy for the longest time to bet against Sasha Banks because she kept losing her first defense. Now, she's been champion for a few months now, and she's gotten by everybody. And Bianca, as well as she's done since she came up, even before she came up from NXT, she's still very much untested by far. So I don't know what to expect from her. I do know what to expect from Sasha, and that's to come out there and be the boss and be who she's been for, over 5 years now, since her match at WrestleMania with Charlotte and Becky. She had a great entrance with Snoop that night. She may have the best entrance of the night, Saturday night, if Drew doesn't. Josh has a good point. But I'm looking forward to it for sure. So, and my pick, after all I've said here, my official prediction for this match is that we will have a retention from Sasha Banks. There you go. And then many feet. Jesus Christ, Jeff. I hate that we're live and I keep flubbing. Many people feel will indeed be the main event, the final match of night one. The WWE Championship is on the line. Bobby Lashley taking on Drew McIntyre. You give me this match a few months ago, I say Drew wins the belt back, hands down. No doubt in my mind. But now I have doubts. Now I have concerns that, number one, a title loss will hinder Bobby more than they realize it will. That a title win by Drew over a guy they've loved for so long, Bobby Lashley, will hurt Drew, even though it's in front of a crowd finally, even though it's what they promised Drew a year ago with Brock and the crowd and everything. So there's a lot of variables that we weren't having to thought. Jesus Christ, Jeff. A lot of variables we didn't think we'd have to count on going into this weekend. So with all that being said, I do believe we will have a surprise, at least in my eyes, and have Bobby Lashley retain the WWE Championship as we leave night one. Whether he opens the show or not, he will retain the championship. And then we go to night two. Night two is going to be another one of those crazy nights. I'll start with this one just because I like both guys, and I know people are going to say I haven't liked Kevin Owens. You're right, I haven't for the longest time. You're right. But I do like both guys, and I feel for both guys having to be in a situation where they're going to have to be followed by a hell of a card if they go first, or even having to follow something else if they don't go first. That's the real bitch, is having to follow one of these other great matches and be, thought of as less than rather than different than. So, I think KO will win. If this conspiracy thing doesn't go any further, where Sammy wants to go. And remember, Logan Paul's going to be there on Sunday, in Sammy's corner apparently, so he may have a help in the decision making as far as who walks out of there. So if Logan Paul stays out of it, I go with KO. If not, I go with Sammy. So there you go. This match is kind of weird for me, just the way it's been set up, but I'll go ahead and throw it out there. The Nigerian drum match for the Intercontinental title, Big E being challenged by Apollo Crews. I finally got to see Apollo's presentation on SmackDown. I was confused. I'm not going to lie. Definitely a different guy than I've seen before. I don't know if it works. But I'm just, the thing is, like, Big E's been champion for a while, and I feel there's still plenty of steam left in his engine. But I also feel that if Apollo doesn't win, what does he do? Like, where does he go from here if he can't win the match that he himself chose, that is named for his heritage and his strategy? Why have him lose this match? It makes no sense. So I almost have to pick Apollo just by sheer definition, right? I mean, that's the way to go here. So, yeah, I mean, Big E won the title as a Christmas gift to himself, pretty much. So that's, it's over 3 months that he's in champion. And I feel there's more potential in E to keep him going toward the WWE Championship or toward, whatever title, whatever main roster title is available to him at the time that he challenges for it, wherever show he's on, either Raw or SmackDown. So, and well, the whole thing, if you're IC champion, you're supposed to be number contender. I get that, I do, but the other thing is, how far do you go with? Oh, geez, off course. Hang on, guys. We got a little bit of camera issue. I apologize. Had to plug her in, so bear with me here. Make sure I'm not crooked. Oh, I'm way crooked. Hi. Okay. There we go. Very good. Okay. So yeah, I'm picking Big E to win. To lose. Paul to become the champion. God damn. It's fucking spaz. All right. Then we've got the U.S. title as my buddy, good old Riddle, takes on Sheamus. Sheamus won Monday, guys. Very simple. He won the match to get the title shot. He's not going to win. He's not going to win the title. That's the way Vince books, and Vince likes Matt Riddle, so he ain't going to lose. Just very simple. Let's go with this one. So Rhea Ripley will face Asuka for the Raw Women's title. Now, I did say that Sasha would retain. The main reason I said Sasha would retain is that I feel that Rhea is going to win here. Asuka's entire year, except for the brief time she lost to Sasha, her entire year on top as champion has been maligned with doubt, with controversy, with she shouldn't be there. It wouldn't have been there if it wasn't for Becky having the baby, and to a certain extent they're right. So Rhea definitely is due, and if she does win here, for all you stat folks out there, she will be the first ever to win the UK title, the NXT title, and a main roster title, which I think is pretty freaking cool for her. Definitely a cool little notch in her belt, for lack of a better term. So that's what I see happening. Rhea becomes a new champion, and that's the way it's going to be. I'm curious if they still haven't officially announced the whole women's tag title scenario. So I don't know. I'd like to see him be defended. And Nia and Shane ain't doing anything anyway. The rumor persists that tonight on Raw, they're going to have a announcement of a women's gauntlet something on night 1, and the winners face Nia and Shane on night 2. We'll see how Raw pans out. By the way, not going to do the Watch Long After All. I forgot I have company coming at 7 o'clock Eastern. My son's coming home for his birthday. Yay. And his friend's coming over. Yeah. And so I'm not ready for company yet, so I need to get ready for company. But I will definitely be popping in during Raw on social media and whatnot during the show. So that'll be fun. All right. The match I'm looking forward to the most on night 2. It's definitely by far The Fiend versus Randy Orton. He is Bray Wyatt. The entrances are going to be awesome. I'm curious how they're going to pull off the whole mysticism stuff with Fiend and Alexa, because they're in front of a live crowd. They can't pull off the shit they've been pulling off in Thunderdome. So, but again, this is one of those things where Randy beat Bray Wyatt in that god-awful shit show of a match at WrestleMania a few years back, and The Fiend has been so derailed so many times that it's like Apollo. He has to win. I mean, he has to, or there's nothing left on that tree. There's no more fruit on that tree to pluck. So God, you always have to pick Bray. I mean, I want to see Randy win in a way, just to see what the hell they'll do next. But I really want this to be the end, and for both sides to move on. So hopefully Bray and the Fiend's win will do that. Main event. Man, I'm so torn on this damn match, and I hate that I am. You got our buddy Daniel Bryan, the Rated R Superstar Edge, and the Tribal Chief, the head of the table, the Universal Heavyweight Champion Roman Reigns. It's hard to bet against Roman. It always is, especially now with his attitude change and with Paul. And Brian's the wild card. Brian is the key to all this. He really is. I want Edge, and I believe that Edge will win. But I just have this nagging bitch of doubt because of Brian's presence in the match. But I will stand by my convictions, and I will say that I feel that Edge will once again ascend the mountain in WWE and become a 12th time WWE World Champion. And I hope that I'm right. All right. Whew. It actually took shorter than I thought. I gave myself 2 hours today. I'm glad I didn't go through it. Like I said, not doing Raw. I've got company, and it's just going to be crazy. So I apologize for the misleading of things. Let me get through, make sure I got everybody's comments, questions, and whatnot. Dun, 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 dun. Live dead air is always fun when you're on the air with Jeff. Don't know why I'm singing, scare people off, but you know, it is what it is. It's all good. I had a question from Cleaver. Trying to find that. I know I saw it. It was there. It was real. Where is it? Let's see. Try it again. So yeah, so just so you guys are aware, tomorrow at 7:30 Eastern, we'll be live right here across all these platforms and maybe even Instagram. We'll see how that goes. I'm gonna do a live reactions of the Hall of Fame. I know that sounds weird because it's speeches and there's not really a whole lot going on, right? But I feel that I want to cover it because I want my reactions to Rob going in, to the NWO going in, to Eric Bischoff going in, for you guys to see that live. So I'm definitely gonna try that out. All right. Well, Colin, if you can resend your question, much appreciated because I can't find it anywhere. JJ says, do you think the Hurt Business breaking up is a tactic to secure Lashley's retention of the championship? That wouldn't surprise me one bit, Jay. I don't know. I want to believe it's that because they broke him up way too soon. So I want to believe that, and I hope that you're right. Josh says they officially announced Titus for okay, very cool. I do have that graphic up ready to go for tomorrow. The Titus is the Warrior Awards. So I don't know if they're going to do a 2021 recipient. I mean, they should. If they're going to keep it going, they might as well, keep it going. But I think one a year is good because it's such a polarizing thing anyway, right? So, all right, gonna find Colin's question. Gonna find it, guaranteed. Promise, it's gonna happen. Before I go off the air, I got 7 minutes. Gotta do it. Dead air is a beautiful thing, except it's not. There's the okay. Oh, I can't go up past a certain point. Oh shit. Like I said, Colin, if you have a question, resend it, brother. So tomorrow, as I said, we're going to go over the Hall of Fame thing. And I'll go ahead and show you who, again, those of you who forgot, the NWO, Bellas, British Bulldog were announced for last year. And now Titus, of course, is part of the mix. Jushin Liger was announced, but I didn't see him as part of the tapings, so I don't know if that's the case. And of course, Batista will not be there. He's got his commitments in Hollywood. He will be inducted later. Now for this, and then the 2020 celebrity was announced that it's going to be Mr. Shatner, William Shatner himself from Star Trek, and many other things. So then this year we've got. Our celebrity inductee is going to be Ozzy Osbourne, which is going to be an interesting speech. I think they're keeping him short from what everybody's been telling me. We've got Molly Holly. We've got the Great Khali. We've got the Big Red Machine Kane. We've got Eric Bischoff. And we've got our buddy Rob than damn. So excited to see Rob's induction. Very happy. And then again, that all starts tomorrow right here on the network beginning at 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 for you West Coast kids like me. That'll be tomorrow night coming up here on the Jeff Meacham Network side of things. Two celebrities, Ratnick, one per year, 2020 and 2021. That's why. Because they didn't do one last year. So they're making up for lost time. So that's it for me. I've got 5 minutes till the top of the hour. Again, check out JJ's channel today. He's got his review of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, The Secret Use. That's up today. Of course, after Raw, full recap of Monday Night Raw with our buddy Aaron over at NoDQ.com and the YouTube channel there. And many things to come, guys. We've got Hall of Fame, TakeOver, Stand and Deliver, NXT UK Prelude, SmackDown, and of course, WrestleMania. That's it for this guy. Appreciate it for the hour. We'll see you guys tomorrow. I may pop on for 8/11 if I'm able to with the company I'm going to be having over here, but probably not. If not, I'll see you guys tomorrow on the Hall of Fame watch along. Until then, I will see you guys next time.